Dean Davison, Storm Surge LLC, lead forecaster, live weather blogs.com. Time for your 2014 severe weather outlook. I'm severe weather specialist and meteorologist Dean D. Davison. Take a look at the first thing we're going to look at in our severe weather situation is the PNA. When we have PNAs that are positive and when we have them that are negative. The big issue is it looks like we're going to go into a weak El Nino year, which will favor a positive PNA. A positive PNA will cut down the number of available tornadoes and severe weather days. But when we do get into those negative days, like after here on the 16th of March, there are going to be periods that is negative. At that point, you're going to look at a potential for severe weather and severe weather outbreaks in the central United States. This kind of outlook also will make it easier to understand we'll have more severe weather here in the south, especially Florida. We've already seen this year. Florida, because of the jet stream, dips down through Florida, you're going to get more severe weather there. This will also help severe weather in the East Coast and bring hurricanes up the coast, which we may also have the issues. Any hurricanes can develop tornadoes on any given time. The one thing you got to watch here is for when you get a heavy ridge here in the west, because when it dips down here and troughs here in the Midwest, that's going to be when you have your primary tornado activity in the United States. But what we're seeing here is going to be drier than normal and drought situations going into effect. That also shows the potential for less tornadic activity, believe it or not, due to the fact that with drought, less precipitation, less available Gulf moisture, less tornadic probabilities. But the one thing you got to watch out for, I'm going to go back to this map in a minute, is the ratios. The ratios travel 600 miles. You have to have them for a long period of time, have to have damaging winds over 55 miles an hour during that frame period. This was 2012 derecho, and we had it bad here with 81 mile an hour winds at the Roanoke Airport, and we had over 90 mile an hour winds in most of the area. Extreme winds, lots of damage. Lynchburg, Roanoke, all the way from basically Iowa, sunk down, redeveloped, and came through a extensive line, D.C. So the whole area on this eastern area from southern New Jersey to North Carolina had it. Worst area being from D.C. back through Virginia. We had a few tornadoes, and obviously we can't say that tornadoes didn't occur along the derecho line, the spin-ups. There's just so much damage you really would have a hard time doing anything into that, and I'm actually doing studies as we speak into possible tornadoes that occurred during that time frame, but so many of them you really can't do that. We're still looking at data. How will this happen? Well, like I said before, if we get a dip here in the west, you get the dip here in the jet stream, the ridge here in the ridge here happens across the Midwest and part of the Ohio Valley. These storms will develop here in upper Midwest, which has a better potential of seeing more tornadoes this year. Nebraska, North Carolina, Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, the Ohio Valley. As the storms will develop up here and ride, what's called ridge riders. They'll ride around the ridge. Say the ridge is right here. They'll ride around the ridge and come back down. That's predominantly an issue that we would have to look at for derecho type systems, and they do occur. Will we see what we see in 2012? Hopefully not. So my thoughts this year, 2014 looks to be a average to below average season. 50% on the average, 40% on the below average. Very unlikely to see above average in the tornado count this year. So that is my outlook and our outlook here for Storm Surge LLC. We'll keep you updated throughout the season. Dean D. Davison, Storm Surge LLC, liveweatherblogs.com.